ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of Turbo Tuesdays. If you notice my voice here, yeah, it sounds a little bit more raspier than usual, and I apologize for that. The Star Soldier has a little bit of a cold, so you have to forgive me. But anyways, on this edition of Turbo Tuesdays, last week I talked about Keep Courage in Alpha Zones and how some people like it and some people don't. But the general consensus is that everybody who has a TurboGrafx 16 has at least played this. Hey, it came with the system and it's super cheap. My copy here says $19.99, but believe me, I didn't pay that for it. The game is valued at anywhere from 50 cents up to $2. But I figure I'll go on the opposite side of the spectrum this week and talk about a game that's very, very special. This reminds me of an episode of The Simpsons where Bart Simpson actually found a $1,000 bill and he had it on display. He actually made $3,000 by just showing it off. And yeah, that's what I got here. I got a $1,000 video game I'd like to show the public. Yeah, look at this. Magical Chase. Oh yeah. Very special video game. This is one of the final games released for TurboGrafx 16, so it's very difficult to find. Yep. 4 megabit cartridge. If you ever see this little cart, lying around at a flea market booth, be sure to pick it up because it could be worth anywhere from, I'd say, $500 to $2,000. I would have some more proof of this, but if you go on sites like eBay right now, you probably won't even find the North American version on there. That's how rare this game is getting now. I remember, back in the day when looking on the eBay, I think in 1999 when the Dreamcast was all popular. I remember Magical Chase went brand new in the box for $500, and that's it. But then word got around that this game had very limited production run of about 3,000 copies. And yeah, not all those copies were actually sold. So a lot of the stores that had them would send them back to Turbo Technologies or TurboTech or NEC, and maybe they were sold off to different buyers and all that, like Turbo Zone Direct or Telegames. Yeah, I remember I bought some new games off of Telegames, like Soldier Blade, and also got Somersault brand new for about $50. Of course, you can't get them there no more. I think those days are long and gone. But anyways, my point being, back then, we didn't even know how rare this game was gonna get now because it's 2012 and it's just skyrocketing in price. Yeah, let's have another look at that. Just love to show that off. And I apologize to people who can't find it because there's a lot of rage out there and a lot of people are all upset because they want to have this game. It's a good game. It plays well. It has good visuals, Mode 7 effects even. It almost looks like a Super Nintendo game with the way it looks, the way it shines, but also has that excellent TurboGrafx speed to it. So there's so many unique features to it that make it an awesome experience, a delight to behold. But sadly, it's because the game is so rare, there's a lot of anger out there. A lot of people want to own it. A lot of people want to try it. A lot of people want to have the real thing. Hopefully, because the game, there was still some release out there. And if you do find a game that looks like this, be sure to pick it up. I know there's some still out there. And maybe not all the stores are wise to know that this is a particularly rare game, so hey, you might get lucky. Who knows? So be sure to watch this in HD so you get a good look at what this game looks like, so you can find it maybe in one of your pawn shops or something like that. And while you're in HD, be sure to look at all the dimples and scar tissues on my face. uh, so I don't know if you're looking for other rare games. Like that game was released out in 1993. It wasn't the final game released for the Turbo Duo chips, anyways. Yeah, here is Bonk 3, and this one is actually listed as a dual game. Oddly enough, yeah, this was the final game released out in, I think it was July. I remember getting this around my birthday or something like that. And yeah, it actually listed as a dual game, but the shop owner said, hey, you need a Turbo Duo to play this, and I said, I don't think so. And yeah, it actually did work for my TurboGrafx 16. It's kind of confusing, but hey, it's a rare game too, so be sure to look out for this one. Other games released out in 1993 for TurboGrafx 16, Bomberman 93, and Legend of Hero Tama. Be sure to find those two because those are going to be even rare in the future. But issue with these three games is Bonk, he's a popular character, so of course his game is going to be popular either way you look at it. Legend of Hero Tama, that's based on an arcade game. Bomberman 93, yeah, everybody loves Bomberman. Bomberman on the original TurboGrafx 16 was a huge hit. But yeah, Magical Chase, you know, you're a little girl flying around a broom. I don't know what demographic this is really appealing to because it's an air shooter for TurboGrafx 16 and there's some little girl. I didn't know little girls like to buy video games. This game was like $60 back then, so go figure. It was originally made in Japan, and the North American one actually has some better visuals to it, which makes it even more sought after. But because it wasn't that big of a hit back then, people are looking for it now, and people are willing to spend a crazy amount of money for it. So, I don't know, be proud of the games that you own. Yeah, because the game also had limited production run, some of the copies might have got destroyed, like that's not uncommon or anything. Like if you think about games like E.T. and Atari Pac-Man, some of those actually got destroyed because they didn't meet sales expectations. Like they were supposed to sell like millions and millions of copies, but they only sold like Atari Pac-Man sold like 7 million instead of 12 million. So what do we do with all these cards? Destroy them. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer thing to actually, you know, destroy a game, but because of licensing issues and because I don't know, people have to get rid of stock. It's a shame, really, because you're destroying a piece of history by getting rid of video games. But if you're a business and all that, that's what you gotta do. You gotta get rid of inventory so you can focus on new product. Oh. And companies are crazy back then. When we're looking back on it here in 2012, whoa, these games, I'd like to have those, man, not these ones, but hey, it has something like this one, those theme events, which had a production run, I think, of 2,000 copies. Once Nintendo actually bought the rights to this, they destroyed whatever stock was left, and they made their own game, World Track Meet, which is very common. Oh, this one is not. And yeah, this one is also skyrocketing price too. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know out there that there's some rare TurboGrafx 16 games. You know, go find Magical Chase. It's an awesome shooter. You know, show some love to it. Because I know you're gonna hate me out there to find out that I have the game Magical Chase in my collection. I'm sorry, and I'm also the Magical Chase World Champion, and I'm in the Guinness Book of World Records, so you're gonna hate that as well. But hey, at least I have a very nasty cold. If you don't believe me. See, I told ya. I feel like shit. Alright, this is Star Soldier. Yeah, be sure to look out for Magical Chase if you can find it, baby. Oh yeah, who doesn't like a girl who likes to put a stick between her legs? Alright, I'm getting dirty now. I shouldn't. Okay, happy Valentine's Day to all my Star Soldiers, Star Soldierettes out there.